The cybernetics of Iconoclasm. Was temple desecration a data erasure protocol? I found evidence of a prehistoric format C command executed in solid granite. So by treating these Paramara ruins as a corrupted server rather than a holy site, a terrifying pattern emerges. We ordered the Paramara ruins not as a religious desecration, but as a systematic data erasure protocol. Applying the 71 method, we map every chisel mark to identify a deliberate scrubbing of high-density agricultural code. This wasn't mindless vandalism. Again, this was not mindless vandalism. It was a forensic wipe of a stone-based operating system to prevent unauthorized retrieval. Every broken pillar represents a specific line of code being deleted to ensure this stone-based technology could never be rebooted. Identifying the scrub zones. To understand the scope of this wipe, we first have to look at the geometry of the damage. If an invading force wanted to destroy a monument out of pure malice or religious zeal, the destruction will be total, chaotic, and indiscriminate. But that is not what the physical evidence suggests. When we analyze the Paramara structural remains, we identify specific scrub zones where high-frequency data carving were systematically leveled, while scrubbing structural load plus bearing pillars were left completely untouched. This surgical removal mirrors a targeted file path deletion under modern sanitization guidelines. This stone-cut reliefs acted as a high-density storage nodes. The perpetrators bypassed structural integrity entirely, focusing their energy solely on erasing high-entropy visual databases embedded in the masonry. Part 2. Directional tool marks and top-down execution. So next, we map the directional tool marks. So by examining the micro fractures and the angle of impact left behind by the strike tools, we can reconstruct the exact kinetic sequence of demolition. The data points to a top-down execution. The striking angles demonstrate the exact precision seen in modern military-grade data sanitization of neutral mesh backups and post-quantum cryptographic standards. The strikes are not random hacking swings, neither are they parallel, uniform vectors designed to liberate surface-level micro-reliefs while preserving the core substrate block. In digital forensics, when you wipe a drive to the degree or level of the Department of Defense standards, you override sectors in a precise uniform sequence to ensure zero recovery probability. That exact systematic methodology is carved directly into the granite. Part 3. The absence of chaos and real-time signal throttling. The true smoking gun is the complete absence of chaotic damage. So in standard sacking, fires, structural collapses, and random battering leave asymmetric scars across every surface level. Here, entire narrative and mathematical matrices are missing, while adjacent decorative borders remain pristine. This specific information suppression functions identically to real-time neutral telemetry tracking, how a transmission signals is throttled and scrub of sensitive metadata before it can be broadcast to the world. The Masons who built this network encoded operational parameters into the architecture. So whoever dismantled it understood the language of that system. Again, so whoever dismantled it understood the language of that system. They didn't want to bring the roof down. They wanted to blind the terminal. Conclusion? When historical anomalies are referred through systems architecture, the narrative shifts entirely. The Paramara ruins weren't just conquered, they were wiped clean. And if a stone-based operated system could be scrubbed this cleanly centuries ago before our time, it begs the question, does it not? What else are we currently failing to read in the stones beneath our feet today? Audit complete.